everyone, and welcome back where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emily.
And I'm Paul. Hello, Emily. How are you today?
Hi, Paul. I'm doing great, thank you. Feeling very happy to be here with all our friends again. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful too. The sun is shining and we're ready to talk about something super fun. I always enjoy our time together.
Me too. And before we start our chat, a quick reminder to all our amazing listeners. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps us a lot.
Yes, and also give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and share it with your friends who are learning English. It makes a big difference for us.
Exactly. Your support means the world to us. Thank you.
So, Emily, today we have a very practical and exciting topic, right?
Yes, Paul. Today we are talking about English at the mall for shopping. Going to the mall is a common thing for many people, and it's a great place to practice English.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Malls are full of opportunities to use English. You see signs, you talk to people, you ask for things. It's perfect.
Right? And it's not just about buying things. You can go to the mall to eat, to watch a movie, or just to walk around. So many possibilities.
Yes, you're right. So, let's imagine we are going to the mall. What are some first words or phrases we might need?
Good question. Let's start simple. When you enter a store, someone might say, "Can I help you?"
Ah, yes, that's very common. And what can we say back?
You can say, "Yes, please. I'm looking for," and then you say what you want. For example, "I'm looking for a new shirt." Or, if you're just looking, you can say, "No, thank you. I'm just looking."
Oh, "I'm just looking" is very useful. Sometimes you don't want help right away. You just want to see the items.
Exactly. It's polite and clear. What about when you see something you like, Paul?
Let's say I see a nice shirt. I might want to know the price, right? So I can ask, "How much is this?" Or, "How much does this cost?"
Perfect. Or if you're holding it, you can simply point and say, "How much is this one?" That's very clear.
Yes, that's even better. And what if I want to try it on, like a shirt or a pair of pants?
Great point. You can ask, "Can I try this on?" The store assistant will usually point you to the fitting rooms or dressing rooms.
Ah, fitting rooms. That's where you try on clothes. Good to know that word. Sometimes they say, "The fitting rooms are over there."
Yes, exactly. And after you try something on, you might want to know if they have it in a different size.
Oh, like if the shirt is too big or too small. So I can ask, "Do you have this in a smaller size?" Or, "Do you have this in a larger size?"
Excellent. Or you can ask, "Do you have this in a different color?" if you like the style but not the color.
Wow, Emily, these are all very practical phrases. It makes shopping so much easier.
It does. And what about when you are ready to buy something? What do you say?
When I'm ready, I usually go to the cashier or the checkout. I might say, "I'd like to buy this, please."
Yes, or simply, "I'll take this." And then the cashier will ask, "Will that be cash or card?"
Ah, yes, cash or card. So I can say, "Card, please," if I'm paying with my credit or debit card, or "Cash, please," if I have money in my hand.
Very good. And sometimes they might ask, "Do you need a bag?" Especially now, some places charge for bags.
Oh, that's true. So I can say, yes, please, if I need one, or no, thank you, I have my own bag, if I'm trying to be eco-friendly.
That's a very good answer, Paul. Very thoughtful. And after paying, they will give you the receipt.
Ah, the receipt. It's important to keep that, just in case you need to return something.
Yes, that's another good point. If you need to return something, you would go back to the store and say, I'd like to return this, please. And they will probably ask, do you have your receipt?
So the answer would be, yes, here it is, or no, I'm sorry, I don't have it.
Exactly. And they might ask, what's wrong with it? Or why are you returning it? You can say, it's too small, or it doesn't fit, or I don't like the color anymore.
That happens. Sometimes you buy something and then you change your mind. It's good to know how to return things.
It is. So, we covered buying clothes, but malls also have restaurants and food courts, right?
Oh, yes. I love the food court. What kind of English phrases would be useful there?
Well, when you go to a restaurant or a food stall, they might ask, what would you like to order?
Simple. I can say, I'd like a burger, please. Or, can I have a slice of pizza?
Perfect. And they might ask, anything else? And you can say, yes, a soda, please. Or, no, that's all. Thank you.
And they will ask for money, right? That will be $29.99, please.
Yes, and you can pay with cash or card, just like in the clothing store. And they might say, enjoy your meal.
And I would say, thank you. It's nice to be polite.
Absolutely. Politeness goes a long way. What about if you're looking for something specific, Paul? Not just clothes or food, like a bookstore or a shoe store.
Ah, okay. So I could ask, excuse me, where is the newest bookstore? Or, is there a shoe store on this floor?
Very good. Or if you see a map of the mall, which many malls have, you can try to find it yourself. But asking is always a good option if you can't find it.
Yes, it's good practice to speak. And what if I get lost? Or if I'm looking for something like the restrooms?
Oh, that's very important. You can ask, excuse me, where are the restrooms? Or where is the bathroom?
Right, restrooms or bathroom. And what if I'm looking for an ATM to get some cash?
You can ask, excuse me, is there an ATM nearby? Or where can I find an ATM?
Excellent. It's all about asking simple, direct questions.
Exactly. And remembering key vocabulary, like store, shop, cashier, fitting room, price, size, color, receipt. These are all very useful words.
Yes, they really are. And it's important to remember that people working in the mall are usually very helpful, especially if you try to speak English.
That's a great point, Paul. Most people are happy to help, even if you make a few mistakes. The most important thing is to try.
Yes, try and don't be afraid. Every time you speak, you learn more.
Absolutely. And practicing in a real-life situation like a mall makes it much more memorable. You connect the words with the experience.
So true. Let's think of some other scenarios. What if you're with a friend and you want their opinion on an item?
Ooh, that's fun. You could hold up a shirt and ask your friend, "What do you think of this?" Or, "Does this look good on me?"
And your friend might say, "Yes, it looks great." Or, maybe try a different one.
Yes, exactly. Or they might say, "The color is nice, but it's too big." So you're using all those words we just learned.
It all connects. It's like a puzzle. What if I want to know about sales or discounts? That's always good.
Ooh, great idea. You can ask, "Is this on sale?" Or, "Do you have any discounts today?"
And sometimes stores have signs that say sale or discount or special offer. It's good to look for those.
Yes, reading the signs is also a form of practice. Even if you don't talk to anyone, you are reading English.
That's a great point, Emily. Reading signs, looking at prices, understanding descriptions on product tags, it's all learning.
And sometimes, store assistants might try to help you find something. They might ask, "What are you looking for?" Or, "Can I show you something?"
So I can answer, "Yes, please. I'm looking for a pair of jeans." Or, "No, thank you. I'm good."
Perfect. It's all about having those short, clear answers ready. No need for long sentences.
And what if I want to know if a store accepts a specific credit card? Like, do you accept Visa?
Very practical question, Paul. Yes, you can ask that. Or they might have stickers on the door or at the register showing which cards they accept.
Right. So looking around and observing is also part of the process.
Yes, learning English is not just about speaking. It's about listening, reading, and observing too. The mall is a perfect place for all of that.
So true. And sometimes, after you buy something, the cashier might say, "Have a nice day."
And you should always say, "You too, thank you." It's polite and friendly.
It's all about being friendly and trying your best. No pressure.
Exactly. So if you're feeling shy, maybe start by just walking around and reading the signs. Then, when you feel a little more confident, try asking a simple question like, "How much is this?"
Step by step. That's a great strategy. And even if you don't buy anything, just the experience of being in an English-speaking environment is valuable.
It really is. It builds confidence and helps you get comfortable with the sounds and rhythm of English.
So, Emily, any last tips for our listeners when they are at the mall?
Yes, my main tip is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's part of learning. Just speak slowly and clearly.
That's excellent advice. And remember, the goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
Exactly. And use gestures if you need to. Point to what you want, or use your hands to show big or small. People will understand.
Yes, communication is more than just words. It's about getting your message across.
So true. We hope this episode helps all of you feel more confident about using English at the mall.
Yes, next time you go shopping, try to use some of these phrases. You'll be surprised how much you can do.
Well, that's all for today's episode on English at the mall. We had so much fun talking about this.
Me too, Emily. It was a great chat.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
And please give this video a big like.
And we'd love to hear from you. What is your favorite thing to do at the mall? Or what is one new English word you learned today about shopping? Let us know in the comments below.
Your comments help us to make more videos that you love.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Happy shopping and happy learning.